Fidel is here. How are you doing? I decided to come live. Actually, I wanted to do it yesterday, and I was feeling kind of headache a little bit, and I thought I'd take the time out. So today I decided I'm going to just hop on and say hi in case you've forgotten me. And don't mind my hair, as you can see. Um, just taking care of my own hair because I belong to that group of people where in Austria I'm not supposed to go anywhere. It's crazy. It's just crazy. I cannot, let me tell you, I cannot go to a restaurant. I cannot go to the hairdresser. I cannot go for massage. I cannot go for pedicure, manicure, sauna, fitness. But at least I have my own in the house. I cannot attend to the events. I cannot go to museums. I cannot even go to church. I cannot, which I usually don't go. We know that. Um, Everything that you know that you can think of that involves people, I cannot do it in Austria because I don't have that, and I don't want it, and I'm not gonna get it. They can lock me up as long as they want, but I'm not gonna do it. So for me, it's like DYA. I mean, do DYA, do it yourself season. Make my own hair, just make sure that my hair looks nice, make my own nails, which I usually don't do. I don't care. They're short and neat, and when they're long, then I just file them a little bit. I'm not that kind of a girl with makeups and I don't know what. I'm just me, the way I am, and I'm glad and thankful that my husband accept and love me just the way I am. Anyway, as I wait for my hair to get beautiful brown, this time around I decided to go for brown. I decided to come and talk a little bit about some issue that I was intending to do last week, but then life got busy. I'm busy helping people worldwide make money from home, make money from anywhere. This is what I do, and I love what I do. Because I have a target, and the target doesn't involve me earning so much money. The target is me helping so many people out there place food on the table for the children. That's what I'm going for. Anyway, as you can see, I said build a home, not a house, for a reason. Reason number one, I've just mentioned what I cannot do right now in Austria, what I'm not supposed to do until I obligate to whatever they want me to do, and I'm not gonna do it. Let's be honest. Look, this situation we are in started somewhere around 2019, right? We are now in 2021, right? I've been healthy, not even a flu, nothing. I've been the whole time healthy. And I'm somehow being punished for being healthy. It's crazy. It's just crazy. But yeah, this is the life we're living in right now. Um, Build a home, not a house. This is very important. Reason number one is situation like now, what we have currently, those people who don't have a safe home, a loving home, a place where you're just comfortable, you don't feel like going anywhere, you just want to stay at home and all this stuff, they're definitely having it difficult. They are having a rough time because now you are in a place where you don't feel happy at all. And this is very important. I always insisted on this, that for me, the most important thing is not having mansion like some people expect. Yeah, you always talk about earning money and making a lot of money and all these financial issues, and why you not are living in a huge villa. I don't need a villa. How many people have villas out there and they're not happy? They're totally not happy at all. So for me, I don't need a villa. I just need a happy home. That's the most important thing. How huge my home should be, that's up to me. And for me, like I usually say, and I'm going to say it again, I'm not having children. I don't have children. I'm not intending to have children. So why should I have 7 bedroom and 14 bathrooms or whatever just to make people happy? For what reason? It doesn't make sense to me. It's just me and my husband. That's it. When we have guests, we have enough space for guests. They can stay for as long as they want. There's enough space for them. But I don't need, I don't know, 10 bedroom house for people to know that I have a house. For me, that doesn't even um, make sense to have a house just to please the other people when in that house there's no peace. For me, it's important to have a home and not a house. Um, in the last weeks, for those of you who were in Kenya, I'm mentioning Kenya because this is where I come from. I was born there, I was raised there, and I still keep up with a few things, what's going on there. You know of an issue where a first lady, first lady, yeah, you know her story, what happened. For those of you who are not in Kenya, I'm just going to give you a short recap. There's a very prominent person in Kenya. He's a politician. He was married. I think he's still married, not so sure. He was married, have children, but decided to have a girlfriend, and they moved in together, according to the story, how it goes. Long story short, and even he made her his first lady in the areas that he's working at, which is actually shouldn't have happened because they are not even legally married. The lady even came out and said they're not legally married. So I don't see how it was possible for her to get this privilege to be the first lady of that area. But anyway, long story short, she broke up with him. According to what she says, it was her who made the move of breaking up, but I don't know the story. I don't know the whole story, so I cannot go deeper into it. Well, after she decided to end the relationship, now there are stories that he wants everything that he ever gave her, including the money that he ever gave her to spend. He wants it back. And there are a mixed reaction among the Kenyan community. And for me, now I'm going to talk about what I think and how I see it. I'm going to start with ladies. Listen very carefully. I am addressing you, ladies, wasichana, wamama, you ladies out there. I'm addressing you. I'm not talking about the men. That's another story of another day. Now I'm talking about ladies. Listen. Being together with a man because he's wealthy, it doesn't help you. Being together with a man just because he has money, it doesn't help you. Listen. You are single when you are alone. You are single when you're living with a man as your boyfriend. Yes, you can live with a man for 20, 30 years. He's still not your man. As long as it's your boyfriend, he is still not your husband. So you're still single. Count yourself single. If you are living separated, let's say the relationship didn't work out and you decide now we go separate ways and see how things are going to work out, my dear, you are still single, because that means that person or that time, the duration where you're separated, anything can happen. You can either meet somebody new, he can either meet somebody new, and that's it. So you can still count yourself single as long as you're married, whether it's in the church, preferably whether it's in the church or it's through the government marriages or traditional marriages, whatever it is. It's not just a paper. So many people say it's a piece of paper. It's not a piece of paper. Believe me, if you are married, then you're not single, because no matter what happens, in case of anything, you're still safe. But that doesn't still, I'm not encouraging you to get to attract a man, to get married to a man just to feel safe. Listen to me. When you walk into a man's life and he has already planned his life, everything is organized, everything that he had previously before you entered into that life, you're not entitled to it. Whether you believe me or not, you're not entitled to it. It belongs to him. It's his wealth. I see some women, they're so proud when they meet a guy, he's a rich man. They even start ignoring their friends because they feel like they are rich now because they are dating a rich person. It's not your wealth, it's his wealth. You are not rich. You are married or you're together. Let me even go to the married people. If you marry, you get married to a rich guy. He's already rich when you met him. So you are not rich, my sister. You are not rich. You are married to a rich man. Let me repeat that so that you can understand me. When you walk into a marriage and the guy was already rich when you were getting married, so you are not automatically rich. You are married to a rich guy. So don't let it confuse you. Don't let the wealth that you see there, just because now you're married and you're called Mrs. Whoever, doesn't automatically mean that you're rich. It's his wealth, right? So if you fall in love with a guy and he doesn't have that money that you want or that people expect you to have, I see some girls who tend to ignore real love and honest relationship and honest love because there's no money there. Listen, if he loves you totally and it's pure real love, the amount of money he has shouldn't even bother you. Building the wealth together, it's the best thing that can ever happen to you. The best thing that can ever happen to you, because you're building together. You didn't come in when everything was already there. Let me take you, for example, my case. When I met my husband, he was living in a 1-bedroom apartment, rented. He was renting an apartment, and he's a white guy, just to make sure that the Kenyan community out there, because some of them are so much obsessed with Mzungu. Mzungu is the name we call a white guy. They're so much obsessed with a white guy. Listen, I got married to a guy who was renting an apartment, 1-bedroom apartment. But I saw what he meant to me. He loved me with everything that he had. And I had a hard decision to make at that time, because I had to choose between two guys, and I chose him because of the way he was and the person he was, and I'm happy. It's almost 20 years. Our wedding anniversary, we are already 20 years together, and I'm totally still happy. And we moved from a 1-bedroom rented apartment to a 2-bedroom rented apartment together as married, and moved from a 2-bedroom rented apartment to owning our own house. So we worked our way through all the properties that we now have. We worked together to get there. This is a different story. And let me tell you something. Never let anybody cheat you that because you are with a rich guy that you shouldn't earn your own money. Listen to me, ladies. Going after your own money, which you are earning, not his money that he's giving to you and you call it your own. No, I mean the money that you are earning, you are sweating for it, you're working for it, your own income. Going after your own income is the best thing that you can ever do to yourself. It doesn't matter how much money he has. He can be a billionaire if he wants to. But I'm advising you, earn your own money. When you are earning your own money, you're not only earning money, you are owning your own respect. You're owning your own respect, because he's going to see what you're doing. He's going to respect that. Believe me or not, men are not stupid. Men are not stupid. When they see that you are a responsible woman, that means in case anything happens to him, maybe he cannot work, an accident happens or something, he's already 100% sure you are a responsible person, and he's not going to let you go. He's going to respect you all through, because he knows very well what type of a woman you are. But if you're just a Barbie there who is just spending his money, on Monday you are for I don't know, hairdresser, like I'm doing my own hair, I'm just coloring my hair. So on Monday you are on hairdresser and meeting with the girls for lunch. After that, Then on Tuesday you have pedicure. On Wednesday you had manicure. On Thursday you have spa. On Friday you have, I don't know what, champagne meeting with the ladies. And on Saturdays, I don't know what you want, shopping trip and all these, and you don't even earn that money. Girl, I don't know what you're thinking. If it's your money that you're spending like that, that's another thing. But if it's just, yeah, I feel now comfortable, I can sit because we are rich. Correction. You are not rich, not we. He is rich. You're spending his money. And the day he's tired of you, or the day things happens, you end up like somebody now, right now in Kenya, how things are. Yeah, they are now suing each other because he took everything that he ever gave her, he took it. And those that he hasn't taken, he's requesting that she should give it back to him, including the money that she ever spent from him. That means every spa moment that he paid, every manicure, pedicure, or whatever that he paid, he's requesting that back. And she's like suing or trying to sue because she feels like she has been violated. You have not been violated. That is not your husband. You were just dating. So he has the right to ask for the things that he gave it to you, because for him, I will be mean and just use, for example, a working place, an office, for example. When you are working somewhere, every amenities that you meet there, let me say, you have the computer from the office, you have the copier from the office, you have pens from the office, you have books from the office, you have, I don't know, whatever you need for the office. When you are sacked from that job, when you lose that job, you're going to return everything that office gave you, because that was working materials from the office. It's the same thing with this type of lifestyle where you're dating a rich guy and you want everything back from him, because for him, that was just things that he gives his girlfriends. You are nothing but just a girlfriend. So he wants everything back because the time that you spend together, it's over. So if he decides like, I want my Cartier back, you cannot say no. He wants it back. If he say, I want my Rolex back, you have to give it back. If he say, I want that car back, you will have to give it back to him, because it's not, you're not his wife. So please, ladies, especially Kenyan girls, I'm telling you this, I've seen a lot. I've traveled the world. I've seen a lot. And I have connections with people from all standards, all lifestyles you can imagine of. Even prince and princesses, I have them as my friends. I know people don't believe that, but I do. I do. And I've seen a lot. And take it from me, I'm telling you, earning your own money, it's not a weakness. Earning your own money, it's not something like, yeah, what will the people say? What are my family going to say? What are my friends going to say? I'm married to a rich guy, I'm married to a white guy, and I'm working. Listen, you don't automatically have to do it personally. You can start a business and employ people, but the business should be in your name, and employ the people. It's your business. That's your income that's coming in. Make sure that you, when you're building a house, don't just build a house because he has money and he has given you the money to build a house. Make sure you build a home. And the only best way that you can build a home is to make sure that you're involved in everything, including financially. Make sure that every single stone that is laid on that house, you are involved, and not that he's sending his constructions guys to build that home for you while you are somewhere in the Maldives having, I don't know, cocktails, or you're somewhere else like, I don't know, Seychelles, sunbathing, and telling other people there, oh, my husband is just building me a house right now. My boyfriend is just building me a house right now. If somebody asks you how much cement has been used in that construction, you should know it. If somebody asks you how many hours those construction guys are working, you should know it. You should know everything. Take it from me. I'm giving you this as a free advice. Don't just target rich guys and think that your life is going to be perfect forever. Shit happens. Shit do happens. So while building your house, make sure that you're building a home as well. Because yes, there are so many that have been left and millions have been given to them as a goodbye, because they were not married, they were just dating, and the guy say, okay, I give you these as a goodbye. Those are just lucky ones. It doesn't automatically mean that everyone is the same, and it doesn't automatically say that everyone will get the same. Believe me, when you see me, I'm married. I am proudly married and happy with my marriage. But when you see me working sometimes even at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, because my business partners are on different time zones like me, it's not because I'm greedy for the money. I know what I'm doing. Anything can happen. My husband can die any minute from now. Where will I start from? If I hadn't planned my future, where would I start from? The same thing, your boyfriend, wherever he is, the person who is taking care of you, something can happen. Maybe they don't have to die. Maybe they can invest in the wrong investment. They can take the wrong investment advice and everything is gone. Gone. Or they invest or they do something and the government just block the access to their wealth and you cannot even get any access to it. It's there, but you cannot have any access to it. What are you going to do? Where are you going to start from? So my advice to you, young ladies, my advice and my honest advice to you, even you married mom out there, having your own income, it's not a weakness. It's a strength. It shows a lot of strength and it shows a lot of responsibility. It shows that you're capable. You're capable of taking care of your children when your man is gone. So don't just sit there and enjoy the lifestyle. Build your own lifestyle. Build for your last name, not his last name. Once you're married, some people, I didn't. Some people take their husband's last name. You still have your family last name with you no matter where you go. So how about building for the last name that you had before you met that guy? Believe me, your children, if you have children, they'll be forever more grateful for that. Because it's not only what they are going to inherit from you as material things, they are also inheriting from you a character which they can only ape what you're doing. Parents are the biggest and the best role models for their children. And if you, as a woman, as a lady, you're just seated in the house waiting for your husband to provide, your daughter is watching. Your daughter is watching exactly what you're doing. And what happens, there is no guarantee that because you happened to find a rich guy, attract a rich guy, and he married you and kept you in the house, doesn't automatically apply that your daughter will have the same luck to get a rich guy. So if you don't show your daughter how to earn her own money, and she end up to be one of those girls who are not lucky enough to hold a man or even to attract that rich guy, that daughter of yours is going to have a very miserable life. A very miserable life because she never knew how to work. She has never seen you working. So why should she start? My mom never worked, so why should I work? So it's not only about the material things, the wealth and the money that you're accumulating. It's also what you're showing your children, what they are learning. Your son is watching. And if you are a lazy person, your son will also say, Mom, why should I work? I'm going to inherit dad's wealth. Everything that dad has built, I'm going to inherit it. So that means you're going to raise a lazy son because he's seated there waiting for the dad to die so that he can inherit part of that, and then continue sitting waiting for you to die so that he can inherit what you inherited from your husband. So that means all the future generations from you that are coming after you, they're just going to have it rough in life because you didn't show them the right moves, how to go out there and make their own wealth. So many rich people currently right now, they're mentioning of saying that they're not leaving any wealth to their children. Of course, I understand that they're not going to leave their children empty-handed, but they are at least reducing the amount of wealth that their children are supposed to inherit. They are reducing that. Why? Because they understand one concept most poor people and struggling people don't understand. They understand that once you teach your child how to earn their own, they will never go hungry because they know how to earn it. But if you show your children, don't do it, I'm going to do it for you, you are raising a lazy generation. So I'm going to wash my hair now. I hope that everything is okay. And thank you so much for watching. I'm going to share this video in my YouTube channel so that in case somebody that you know who is not on Facebook would like to watch and listen to what I had to say, you can share the YouTube link with them so that they can watch it. Because I believe some parents out there, they're afraid to talk to their girls. They're afraid to talk to their daughters because most of them, nobody talked to them. And some of them, nobody even showed them some things. So they even don't have the background is missing where they can even try at least to talk to their daughters, because the daughter will be like, why are you telling me this and you didn't do it yourself? You know what I mean? So it's up to you. It's not too late. It's never too late. As long as you've had the message, if the message got home, I do really hope it did. And for anybody that feels like as if I've attacked them, I'm attacking nobody. I'm just talking in case there's a lady out there has never had this before. For the sake of those, I'm talking so that they can at least hear it from me. Earn your own money. You don't have to go out there for millions and billions or whatever. The small that you can earn will make a huge difference in your children's life. They might not even spend that money that you're earning because probably it's too small, but at least seeing and watching you do something, although your husband is rich enough for you to sit at home, but they watch you doing something, you will be laying a foundation for them to be people who are focused in life. You're going to build a foundation for them to have goals in life and achievable goals which they are going to go after, and not just sit around and dream and wait until dad dies so that they can inherit and do whatever they want to do with the inheritance. So be that role models your children need. And if you don't have children, do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor and start earning your own income for the sake of future. You don't know what the future brings. I also don't know what the future brings. But this is one thing my grandmother once told me, and she always, not only once, she insisted. And I watched her. I watched that woman work. Oh my God. Those people who know my grandmother, they can even come here and say it's true. My grandmother was working even sometimes up to 8 or 9 p.m. in the night in her coffee plantation. There is no light anymore. It's already dark, but she's still working. And when you ask her, why are you working? And she will say, I don't want my children to ever suffer in life. I'm working for the sake of my children. And the things that I learned from my grandmother, they're the reason that I'm still where I am. Most of the girls that got married the same time as I was getting married, most of those girls, they're already divorced. A few girls that came to Europe together with me, or let me say during that time when I came to Europe, to Austria, they're no longer together with the partners who brought them here. They're already divorced. Some are suffering, some are just, why? Because they were greedy. They were like, okay, this guy brought me here. He doesn't have that kind of money that I want. But I see one guy looking at me and smiling at me, and he has more money. So I will go there and leave this guy. And at the end of the day, that guy who was smiling at her wasn't interested in taking care of her. He was only happy to have her, knowing that he doesn't have responsibility for her because she is married with another guy, and the one who she's married to is the one who is responsible. So he just wanted to eat a little bit of her, knowing that I'm not responsible for you. At the end of the day, the stupid girls, they left their husbands, went to these lovers of theirs, ended up having nothing. So please, ladies, whether he's a millionaire, whether he's a star, whether he's a politician, whether he's a billionaire, don't look at his wealth. Look at his character. Look at the person he is, and look at the love that he's giving to you. That is what counts. Wealth can always be built, and the same, wealth can always be lost. Anytime you can lose your wealth. Anytime somebody can build their wealth. But real love, it can never be faked. A happy home can never be bought. You build a happy home. You can never go there out there and say, because I'm a billionaire now, I'm going to buy a happy guy who is going to make my house a happy home. It's not going to happen. You build a home. Once you build that house, make sure even before you start building a house, you build already a home. You make sure that it's a home. You know, okay, this guy that I'm getting married to, or this guy that I'm building a house with, he's worth it. And we are going to have a nice home and a happy home. That's all that should count. How huge the house should be, how small the house should be, that should be out of your mind. The most important thing is how much love is in that house. How much peace is in that house. How much respect is in that house. Start from there. And then move from there. Fidelis here. I wish you a nice day wherever you are. Please share. Tag somebody who might want to hear this. If you find value, I would love to see your comment and hear from you. I'm going to share it on my YouTube channel. If you don't know how to get there, please ask me and just share. Let somebody, let one lady hear this. Don't get intimidated because somebody is walking around carrying a Chanel bag. Don't get intimidated because somebody is jet setting the world on the first class or business class, or is showing private jets or whatever it is. That such things, they don't even touch me even a bit. When you know that it's true love, there's respect and everything there, that's what counts. Because as the way I am, as Fidelis, the way I am, I can work my way up and buy that private jet. It's possible. It's possible. I can work my way up and buy anything that I want in this world. But I can never buy love. I can never buy true love. So think about that. Don't jump from one bed to the other just because it smells like money. Don't jump from one bed to the other just because it smells like luxury. You're getting older, and every single day that you're getting older, there is a younger girl who is getting mature. So some of those girls, they're still underage. So the guy you're currently dating, he's waiting just a couple of years, maybe 2 years or 3 years, until that girl is mature enough for him not to get in trouble with the government or with anyone out there. And he's going to drop you just like that and go after her. So stop running after men's money. Build your own wealth. It's worth it. It's a hard work. It's a sweat of work. You're going to be hated by some people along the way. Some people will not even understand what you're doing and why you're doing it and why you should be doing it. But believe me, as you work, days are going, you're getting older. So by the time you are that ripe, like old wine, you get better because you have your own wealth. But just wasting your young, nice body and the young age just because you're chasing wealth, at the end of the day, you might end up with nothing. Don't be that woman. Don't be that woman who stands there with nothing. Start working for your own wealth. If you cannot work, at least start a business and employ somebody, but make sure that business is yours. I wish you a nice day wherever you are. Take care of yourself. And I'm out. Fidelis here. Bye-bye. Thank you for being here.